Hi guys, I'm doing a shout out for Kyle right now. It's Maureen the Marine, and it is Friday, and this week on the Pagan Perspective, we are talking about protection. I'm in my pajamas today. Today's going to be kind of a lazy day, so just sitting around, watching some TV, doing some painting, doing some art, being kind of crafty today. So this past week, I've been feeling like I have to protect myself a lot more than I usually do. Um, I usually use protection not just for protecting myself from other people or other things, but to protect everyone else from me. I tend to have a little bit of a short temper, and it can definitely get out of hand if I don't keep it in check, and shielding definitely helps with that process. So, um, I do shielding a lot like how Kara and Kyle and I think Eric and even Wade. I think all of us, the whole imagining an actual shield come over your body, and I usually do that with the help of dragons. Recently, I've been getting more into the use of them, and I just feel like it's kind of natural. I've always been drawn to dragons when I was little. Um, so I've been slowly working that more and more into my practice. But what I usually do is I imagine myself in like this cave kind of setting, and there's usually this big red or big silver white dragon there, and he will alternate between blowing fire around me and blowing smoke around me. When I feel like I've had, quote, had enough layers, I guess you can say, um, put on me, I will imagine it crystallizing and becoming a hard shell, and then I'll kind of suck it in so that it's close to my skin and my body, so I'm not keeping people away from me. I found that if you actually, I tested it once where I kept the shield like a bubble a little bit away from my body, and you definitely notice that people don't come very close to you. I just felt like there was a lot more distance between myself and the people around me. Sometimes, I don't always get an opportunity really to shield every day. Um, it's hard to have quiet time in my apartment because it's so small, and the dog is all over the place, and or my husband walks in, or just it's difficult to find an opportunity to sit quietly by myself for a little while. That's why I'm really hoping that I can find a house to rent out with some friends soon, so I can have some space to actually go somewhere and be alone for a little while. Um, but I have actually found that I have several protective spirits that follow me. Um, Now it's hard to say that you can have protective spirits too, or guardian angels, or whatever you want to call them, but I don't know. I can just tell they're there. It's just this feeling. I know of one for sure. He's made himself very clear and prominent in my life, and that is Lefti. If you don't know who Lefti is, um, check out the link to my video about him in the lower bar. Um, he is a spirit that's been with me for a really, really long time, apparently. Um, he tends to be a little bit of a smartass. He likes to play tricks sometimes and everything, but he's there to protect me, and he does a great job at it. Um, Other ways, I don't usually, I mean, I wear my pentacle necklace and everything, but I don't look at it as a protection kind of talisman or symbol. Well, I know it's a protection symbol, but I don't look at my necklace as being a form of me protecting myself. I just look at it as a form of me expressing myself. It's important to protect yourself not just from people, but from energies, from negative energies, from bad spirits. you know, things of that nature. Some other ways I protect myself is protecting where I live. Um, if you've seen on my personal channel, again, I'll put a link to the video for this one. I've made witch's salt or black salt, and I have used that to sprinkle around my apartment to keep bad energies and bad people away from my living space, especially after my husband had his bicycle stolen off our back porch. I realized that was really important, and even more so when people started showing up like behind, like, I'll show you guys here. I mean, my back porch is kind of interesting in terms of, you can see right up there is the sidewalk, and it's really easy for somebody to jump down and be right in my apartment, like, quote unquote backyard. And that's how we've actually had some friends come to our places. Rather than having to walk out and get them, we'll have them just jump down and onto the back porch and come in through the back door here. So you can see what I mean by I felt like it was important to find some form of protection for my house or my apartment. And we have seen people back there. They're just hanging out back there doing a whole lot of nothing. It's kind of weird. Above my main doorway in my apartment, I have this very small crystal quartz. I usually try to smudge it every full moon, to clear it out and everything, simply because it's so small. But I keep it above my doorway. Just it sits on the top sill. It sits on the top sill of my doorway, and it's just kind of there to suck up any bad energy that tries to come in through the door. I also try to smudge my house on a regular basis to drive away anything that isn't supposed to be in my house. But I'm really careful about it because Lefti actually told me that he dislikes when I smudge. So I'm very particular about saying when I'm smudging that I'm smudging to get rid of things that want to hurt me or hurt my family or hurt my friends, and that spirits, creatures, anything of that nature that cause me no harm are allowed to stay. So since I started doing that when I smudge, when I started saying those words when I smudge, Lefty doesn't mind me smudging so much anymore because he doesn't feel like I'm driving him away and out of my house. There have been times where I've shielded myself, and if you look really closely and kind of out of focus at your arm or your leg or whatever, you can kind of see the shield kind of lying over your body, and it's really cool. And I've actually had other people notice and point it out to me. So mine has always been kind of a greenish grayish color. So for those of you that have had a really long week, I know I even felt like it was a pretty long week and mine wasn't very hard, but TGIF, and have a great weekend. I will see you guys next Friday, and bright and happy blessings.